What's up, YouTube? So today's topic, I want to talk about how much of a scam society is, man. How fucked up society is when it comes to their money system. So I'm gonna get straight to the point. I'm gonna talk about the list of things and how this money system is taking my money against my will. So let's get to it. So one, I was in the military, right? And I recently gone out. Well, I'm National Guard now. So I used to be active duty military, but now I recently ETS'd and gone out. I was active duty for 4 years, but I gone out. Recently, I'm now National Guard, which I will start my drill on April, like on late April. It's March right now. But so I went from full-time military to now I'm part-time. But basically, we had this thing called a TSP, right? So a TSP means that when you get paid regularly by the military, it does. Oh yeah, by the military, they have this set up TSP. It's called Thrift Savings Plan, I think it's called. And if you want to, and they'll give you an option to. I forgot the two options, but it's Roth Pay, and another one is something else I forgot. But pretty much they'll give you options to where how you want to put your money into that TSP. You can put like 5%, 10%, or even 0%. So you don't have to put your money into that TSP account, but it is optional, right? So before I used to put like 10%, 5%, 15%, and stuff like that. But like, oh, cool, I get to save money. And the purpose of it is so you can save your money, so you can save money for your retirement. So, which is fine. So, but there are times to where I was short on money and I needed to find ways to make extra money. So I realized, oh, I just call my TSP and I'm pretty sure they can send me the money that I've gave them. My money, my hard-earned money, right? So when I call them, basically they could withdraw your money. They could give you the money, but you have to answer certain questions and they have to be right. So they give you like a handful of questions and like you have to say yes or no to certain questions. If you have the wrong answers to these questions, then they won't give you your money. But it has to be an emergency. And I feel like that's wrong because one, isn't that your money? So that's your hard-earned money that you sacrificed for, that you worked hard for in this fucking system. Why the fuck that you openly wanted to put your money into that TSP, but then why the fuck would they want to withhold your money? Because you're not answering certain questions right, or because it has to be an emergency? Who are you to tell me that I have an emergency or not? That's my business. So that's how like bank systems like kind of steal your money. This is why when everything we pay for, we get charged with taxes. That takes your money. These tax monies, let's be real, they're not going anywhere. Because if it was actually like what the government portrays that it's going to society, then we'll have much better infrastructure. We'll have less conflict. People will be making more money. There'll be less homelessness and stuff like that. But in reality, no. Like it goes to wars, it goes to battles, it goes back to the government, basically. So we all know that, right? So that's another way to lose your money. Even when you're going to the bank account, when you're going to the ATM machine, like if you want to withdraw like hard cash, like cash from your debit card, even the ATM machine charges you like a $4 fee, a $3 fee every time you withdraw cash. So how the fuck, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's funny because on social media, someone made a joke that, oh, like, it, the ATM machine says to hide your pin so no one can see it, but yet they're the real thieves because they're the ones that are taking your money by charging you extra fees. So he made a good point, but it's true though. So yeah, so this is how society takes your money. But yeah, so with that TSP thing, I think they'll give you the money, but you gotta answer certain questions right, which is fine. And then I think you have to wait for like a certain amount of days or weeks, I forgot. And you could do it 2 times, right? But on your third time, if you want to do it again on your third time, no. You do it once, and then you have to wait 6 months if you want to request another one. And in my mind, I'm like, how the fuck do you gotta wait 6 months and answer certain questions that has to be right just for you to get your money back that you openly gave that fucking system to? That's your money. Who is a system to say that you have to answer certain questions, right? Or for them to withhold your money for a certain amount of time, you know? So it's fucked up. So that's another way how the government or how the society scams you. It steals your fucking money, you know? So I'm in a tight situation with my apartment right now because I need a lot of money so like I could like have momentum. But because the fucking TSP says I have to wait 6 months, there's nothing I could do about it. You know, I have to wait 6 months and write it out. I'm like, really? But that's my fucking money. But it just comes to show that how the society, it takes your money and it scams you. And if you're not making enough money in this world, you're not gonna have a place to live. You're not gonna have your own car. The society will not give a fuck about you. They don't even support homelessness. They don't have free housing for homeless people, free access to cars, and you know, and even when it comes to working is very fucking it's forced. It's not volunteer. Work should be volunteered. But no, work is forced. They brainwash people into thinking work is normal. Work is not normal. Work shouldn't, you shouldn't have a right to work. Work should be a fucking voluntarily thing. But because we live in a society towards very covertly manipulated by groups of people who are very corrupt, they use money as people for them to draw fear and for people to work for the system to help build the government, the corrupt government world, pretty much. If that wasn't the case, then work wouldn't be forced. We wouldn't live society based off of paper money that's not even real. And yeah, so in this society, this world, America never sleeps. America is constantly on the go. America is constantly having to work. People constantly have to do this and that. There's so much fucking issues in this society, and there's nothing we could do to change because we were born into this. We don't remember our past life memories prior to reincarnation. So because God and the universe, they're blocking a lot of human beings' past life memories, we don't really have the real answers to actually fix this shit. Because we have access to our past life memories prior to our reincarnation, then we'll know what the fuck is going on. Or at least what led up to this shit. So it's a spiritual thing to where I'm starting to think that the human experience, it really is a fucking prison planet. It is a prison planet. It keeps people restricted. It's a punishment. It is, because you're not truly free. But that's a different topic. But so yeah, so with the TSP situation, so I gotta deal with that. So now the next situation. I out processed from the military, right? So when you out process from the military, you have to clear all of your things. You have to clear all of your checklists, right? Now I've cleared everything from the military. I've done all my paperwork. I got everything signed. I'm good to go. But I just needed one more thing to do, which was to turn in all of my army equipment, my military equipment, like my body armor. And the reason why I'm saying body armor, because cause I know there's people that never been in the military, so they don't know what I'm talking about. So I'm not gonna use military terms and stuff like that. I'm just gonna say simple wording so you guys know what I'm talking about. So when I have to turn in all of my body armor and stuff like that, my pads and knee pads, my vest, my rucksack, and just with the military, we have a lot of equipment that we have to turn in. So that's the last step I needed, right? But I passed my deadline to get out the military. So I was technically gone out. I technically already out processed. I got all my paperwork. I got all of my documentations, which is good. So I officially gone out. But I just need one more step to do, which they're fine about it. They're not strict about it. Like, as long as I get that done, I'm good. It doesn't mean that I'm forced to still be in the military or anything like that. No, it just means that that either though like either you owe them money or like you gotta pay for the equipment because you never turn it in. That's pretty much what it is. But basically, yeah, so I just needed to turn in my equipment, and like they withhold my last paycheck. I don't know how long, but they withhold my last paycheck from the military because I haven't turned in my military equipment. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. No, that's not fine, but like how they should go about it is that they should charge you money or request to charge you if you don't turn in the equipment at a certain time. They should do that instead of them withholding your money, because that's worse, you know? And I understand they do it so they could have soldiers like get on their ass to turn their shit in. But at the same time, it's kind of unethical because that's your money that you voluntarily sacrificed you be in the military for, and the amount of work you put in, you deserve to get paid. So, and life may happen. I know soldiers who like they have a few days, a few weeks for them to out process, and out process in the military. It's a long, grueling um thing to do. It doesn't take 1 week to out process in the military. It takes months. There's so much steps you have to take. You have to have a lot of your documentation signed. You got to look for housing. You got to get situated with your job. You got to attend certain briefs, a lot of classrooms in order for you to out process and stuff like that. It takes time. You got to schedule. You got appointments you got to go to. It takes time. So I know soldiers who are rushed into that shit, and it's just fucked up. And not only that, but if you're missing your military equipment, or if it's dirty or damaged, then you still have to pay for it. You still have to pay for it, you know, so they'll charge you that. And me, I had to pay like $200 because I was missing two equipment that I never used my entire military career that I didn't know was part of my list. I just threw it away. I didn't know. It was like fucking mittens, and like another one was like a fucking tent cover. That's it. But yet, total was like $200 for all that shit. I'm like, what the fuck? So it is what it is, stupid. But yeah, but it's just like this society is fucking crazy. How like it runs on money, but yeah, this society will do whatever it takes for it to take your money. So that's the type of situation as human beings we're dealing with. So we're in a constant state of survival. We're in a constant state of panic, and that's why we have a lot of mental health issues. We have a lot of anxiety. There's a lot of fucked up things that happens because we're dealing with shit like this. We live in a very fucked up world, you know? So it's very weird. It makes no fucking sense. If you're gonna have the money system, that's fine, but at least play fair with it. But the society doesn't play fair with it. So what the fuck is going on? So are we really living life, or are we just experiencing bullshit, you know? But yeah, so recently I've turned in all my military equipment. So everything is good. So I've officially gone now. I'm officially cleared. So now I gotta wait on an email for them to give me confirmation when I'm getting paid for my last paycheck. And it's already been like 2 weeks past my pay that I'm supposed to get paid. It was already past 2 weeks. Simply because I didn't do my last step. I'm like, yeah, it's gonna get done, but just give me some time. You know, it's fucking ridiculous. Like, if anything, give me a warning that they're gonna charge me and stuff like that, or if anything, have me not properly get out. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, just something, but don't give me a ticket or something, but don't fucking withhold my pay. You know, do you know how crazy that is? So it's fucking insane. But luckily I've turned everything in. Now I gotta wait for an email confirmation, and if I don't get that, then I have to drive 20 minutes just so I could talk to them, schedule an appointment to see what the fuck is going on. So yeah, so I'm dealing with that. Also, I know there's a couple I didn't answer. There's a couple things as well. The TSP situation. Oh, so I had this thing, right? So it's called, I'm not, yeah, no, it's debit cards as well. No. So I have this thing. It's called a military star card, right? A military star card. It's pretty much like a credit card that you have in the military that it's not forced. You're not forced to get it, but you can voluntarily get it if you want. And pretty much that military star card, it pays for your clothing, specifically for military. It has to be specifically military stuff. I'm not sure if you can buy snacks with it. I think you can, but it has to be specifically for retail in the military, like on base and stuff like that. You can also use it to pay for your gas, but you have to be on base. If you're off base, no, it won't work. But yeah, so stuff like that, right? So I had this thing where, like, if you don't, and obviously if you use it, you got to pay it back because it's a credit card. So if you spent like $100, then depending on the interest, and you probably got to pay like $20 at a certain date and stuff like that, right? But like, I accidentally missed a couple of dates to pay the money back, and it blocked my card, and it said, I got a confirmation saying that I can't use this card. In order for me to activate that card again to where I can use it for gas, or other purchases and stuff like that, I have to physically go to the store and give the cashier money, and then they got to confirm it in the system just for my military star card so I can use it again. Do you know how crazy that is? Do you know how fucking crazy? And I'm like, if I own money, then I own money. Eventually, I'm going to pay it back eventually. And if I don't pay it back, then that means I'm in debt, right? And that will fuck up my credit score. So leave it like that. Other credit cards have it like that, but for some reason, the military star card, if you miss a couple of payments, even one payment, they're gonna block your entire card and you can't even fucking use it. And I'm like, what the fuck? So like, that's another thing, how petty and grimy this society is. Another thing too, what else am I gonna mention? It sucks how, like, if you owe money, right? Like, if you owe, like, or let's say, like, in your bank account, like, you kept getting charged with bills and stuff like that, but you don't have enough money to pay for your bills, then you have a negative balance within your bank, right? And it sucks how, like, they still charge you a fee. They still charge you extra money, just the fact that you have a negative balance in your fucking bank. So that's how they fuck you even more. So I'm like, what the fuck? So like, this society, it'll punish you no matter what. It'll take your money no matter what. They'll find excuses and different ways to take your money no matter what. You know? Another thing, car insurance. So because I came from a very like toxic family, a very dysfunctional family, they never taught me anything about finances, right? I was able to learn enough information about finances once I joined the military, because I had like people guiding me and stuff like that. I've also had time to learn about it, and because I was making money in the military, so like I was able to learn more about finances and stuff like that, about credit and stuff like that. So when I had my car, I had car insurance, and me, I never got into a car accident. I never had issues with my car, but until recently, like I think it was like last year. It was like a huge snowstorm in my area, and then that kind of fucked up my front bumpers in my car. So it was pretty much caused by a natural disaster, right? So to where I had to get my front bumpers fixed up. So then I hit up one of the maintenance, and they told me the total price would be like 2,000 or 3,000. I think they said. And then so then I called my car insurance about the situation. And they had me send me pictures of my car. They had me tell them about what happened, explaining details, again, sending pictures of proof, all that shit, right? And then fast forward short, they are willing only to pay 1,000. So I still have to pay $2,000 to $1,000 out of pocket. And in my mind, I'm like, I was so confused because I didn't know car insurance work like that. And also, the reason why I was so heated, I was so mad and confused is because, one, I used that car insurance for over 2 to 3 years. Over 2 to 3 years. And I pay like $100 to $200 every month for that. So that's over. So I spent that's over like $3,000, $6,000 over the years. And you're telling me that they could only cover only $1,000 for that? So that was my mind. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? So I told them that, and they basically explained about why they do stuff like that, and that there's other options I could take where, like, basically I'll get charged more money monthly, and then whenever I do have an accident or a natural disaster accident, they're gonna be able to cover more. It's just some bullshit like that. It says, nah, dog, like, y'all just fucking, like, no, like, it's not, again, it's not that car insurance, but a lot of other car insurances, that's how they operate as well. I'm like, what's the point of getting car insurance if they're not gonna even cover all of your fucking payments from the damage that your car has? If you're paying them all this money over the years, it's like, it's one thing where, like, it's one thing where, like, you need to give them enough money for them to fix your shit, because let's say you had car insurance for, like, let's say like 5 months, right? And you decide to pay like $50 every month, right? Yeah, and then the car damage like 1,000. Yeah, I guess that makes sense that you have to pay the remaining. But, like, I mean, originally I thought that how much money you put into that car insurance, they take your money, and if you do have an accident, then they're gonna use your money to cover that. I thought that's how it worked. I thought it worked like that, but apparently not. So it's like, what the fuck? So I was so shocked when I found that out. I'm like, man, this is some bullshit. So what's the point? And not only that, but if you don't agree with car insurance and you don't decide to give them money, that your hard-earned money, then unfortunately that's illegal within the law. It's illegal. If you get pulled over and the police find out that you don't have car insurance, then yeah, you get arrested, or you get a ticket, or they'll could like not make you drive your car. So it's just a lot of fucked up shit. It's ridiculous. And there's a lot of other scams that the society use to take your money. But dude, these are the basic things that I'm just saying to give you guys an overview of like how fucked up this society is, how much I don't agree with it. Because this is bullshit. Life is bullshit. Life really is bullshit. And now you wonder why people commit. And like with Chauncey One, shout out to Chauncey One on his YouTube channel, because he talked about how like people, like the reason why people commit crimes, people steal money and stuff like that, is not because they're bad people, but it's because we live in a fucking fucked up society to where people have to even do that. You know, so it makes sense that why people commit crimes. I'm not saying it's a good thing, and I'm not talking about people who have to harm other people for that. No, but I'm just saying like it makes sense of why people steal money, people scam other people for money, people do things that they rather not do, but they have to do it in order for them to make money, like work a job they don't want to work, but they have to work. Being a prostitute, selling your body for money, even join the military for money. I know people who don't even want to join the military for specifically wars or battles or for them to defend their country. They're just joining it so they got benefits, so they can get out of their situation. That's what I did. I didn't care about politics. I didn't care about wars and battles. I didn't care about defending my country. I just wanted to join because I was born into a very dysfunctional, abusive family. I joined the military to get out of that situation, so I could also travel and so I could have my own place, which fast forward, I do have my own place now, my own car because of the military. So I'm thankful for the military, but that's the reason why I've been joining the military, is for the benefits. So like, because I was stuck. So yeah, so that's how this society, it really does controls a lot of people's lives. It influences a lot of people, and it can really warp the human mind, because society, it manipulates a lot of people out of fear. This, I want to say manipulate, more so control, because they're not, yes, they are manipulating people by their schemes when it comes to money, but we're all aware that we have no choice but to make money for this system. So that's how life controls you in a way. So this is why I'm thinking spiritually, is this human experience like a fucking punishment? Is it hell? Is it like, it's very sinister. This is why we're not really living life. We're not truly free. You know, yes, it's better than other countries, but there's better experiences we could have. There's better things that we could really experience. But in, you know, how life should be operated. But because we're ruled by evil people, and it's not the people, it is the corrupt government's fault, obviously. But me personally, I blame a higher power, because at one point this spiritually, dude, these higher, I don't want to say higher, but like, is there any type of spiritual accountability that takes place as well? Because we all want the government, the corrupt government, to be held accountable. But what about spiritually? What about God and the universe? What about our ancestors? What the fuck are they doing? How come they're not taking accountability? How come they're not doing things to fix this world up? You know what I'm saying? So that's the type of shit I'd be asking myself. Unless it's very complex to where it doesn't work like that, who knows? But the universe and God, or the creator, I'm like, isn't that y'all fault too? Like, what the fuck are y'all doing? So, because they're allowing this shit to happen. Because people who rule over other people, like corrupt government, they're just human beings. They're not no fucking aliens. They're not no fucking higher beings. No, like, they're just human beings just like us. They're just very fucking evil, or very fucking dumb and retarded. You know? But yet God and the universe, they don't hold them accountable. So what the fuck's actually going on? You know? But another thing too, rent is so expensive. Like, how come having your own car, how come having your own apartment, how come like all this shit is so fucking expensive? It's so fucking expensive. And all the jobs you work at, it doesn't pay enough money for us to cover our car, to cover our apartment, to even live a decent life, to have some type of freedom to where we can experience life and enjoy it, because human beings are birthright to be free. But also, most of these jobs take up so much of our time. Human beings shouldn't be working 5 to 7 times a day, 40 hours a week. That's insane. But we're doing it because we're trying to get by. I was talking to someone. He told me he was 70 years old and he doesn't work a job, but he door dashes 7 times a week all day. And he told me he made like $1,800, which is good money. But I'm like, the fact that he has to work every day and the whole day as well, every day, I'm like, dude, that's not how human beings should be living their life. I'm not saying it to him, but I'm saying it how, like, the fact that we're put in a situation to where at times people have to do that, so that makes you lets you know how fucked up society is and how many changes this society needs to make, so it's fucking ridiculous, man. It's bullshit. If you observe human history, there's been a lot of wars and battles. There's been a lot of corruption, a lot of evil shit that takes place, a lot of violence within human history. So what the fuck is going on? Like, spiritually as well. So that's all I say. Have a good one. Peace.